Ladies and gentlemen, the South Carolina Farm Bureau Federation is proud to present your 2023 Distinguished Service Award winner, Joe Frank Pinson. Our man of the hour got his start in the High Point community of Anderson County over 92 years ago, and today he still lives on the land his family has owned since the 1700s.
I was 11 years when I first started driving our first tractor. And since then, I've just about driven anything that's on wheels or tracks. So I've just farmed all my life. I started out farming, never have left. We've grown wheat, cotton, corn, pimento peppers, lespedeza, crimson clover, combine peas, sorghum and cane to make syrup out of. We've just about grown everything.
He was farming full-time before he even graduated from Honeypath High School in 1949. In 1956, he bought a bulldozer and started clearing land for himself and others. And he began working closely with the Anderson Soil Conservation Service.
I was building ponds and clearing land, cutting roads and streets, and I guess I have built around 300 farm ponds.
His crew also helped with land clearing for Lake Hartwell on the South Carolina-Georgia border. And when I-85 came through the area, Joe and his crew built a large number of sewer lagoons for the gas stations along the interstate.
I have never drawn a paycheck. I made it all myself, and every bit of the livelihood I accumulated or had came from the earth. I never had a public job.
During this time, he and his wife Betty were also raising their family. Their children, Jean, John, Susan, and Joanne, are the fifth generation born and raised on the original plantation. Joe is proud of his family's history and has spent many hours rebuilding and refurbishing the home place. This pride is something his children share with him. In fact, they put a fresh coat of paint on the barns just for this video.
That is William Franklin Medlock, my mother's father.
He values his history as he values his faith. He's been a lifelong member of Latimer Memorial Methodist Church, where he's been president of Youth Fellowship, chair of trustees, chair of finance committee, and board secretary. But all work and no play would make Joe a dull boy. Through the years, he's enjoyed restoring his Model T, his bulldozers, square dancing, spending time with family and friends, and if you've ever visited him, you probably have one of his famous painted cans as a keepsake. And then there's Farm Bureau. It's been a huge part of his life for many, many years.
One of my neighbors wrote me up in 1951 as a member, and in 1955 I became a director. I've been a director ever since. Of course, I've been the president of Anderson County Farm Bureau, and I work for lots of good men, lots of good men. It's a good organization to be a member of.
Through the years, he's held many county and statewide positions within the Bureau, including water advisory, land use, forestry, and other advisory committees, as well as serving as director of Farm Bureau Bank and helping establish the Belton-Honeypath Water Authority. We asked him about his proudest accomplishments.
Probably starting the Anderson County Fire Departments. That's probably one of the most important things we ever did, because it was actually started in the Farm Bureau office.
In the early 1960s, recognizing the need for countywide fire protection, the Anderson County Farm Bureau helped establish the Anderson County Fire Protection Commission. Joe is the only surviving member of the original group. Today, Anderson County has one of the largest volunteer fire departments in America, with over 870 volunteer firefighters. But his Farm Bureau involvement didn't stop there. He's also been a mover and shaker with the Farm Bureau Marketing Association.
When you look at the South Carolina Farm Bureau Marketing Association, our Anderson Grain Elevator, Mr. Joe was very instrumental in the early days of us purchasing that facility and having it part of our marketing association. And through his efforts, and a lot of other people's efforts and leadership over the years, that is the only fully operating grain elevator within 100 miles of Anderson in any direction. So it's still there, still serving the farmers, and that's part of Joe Pinson's legacy.
That legacy is evident in many aspects of Farm Bureau, down to the building that houses the Anderson County office to this day.
Mr. Pinson has helped me personally as the Farm Bureau Federation Secretary for Anderson County. with our financial records. He has also helped me with situations that come up with the office, since he was instrumental in building this office. And anything I have a question about, or the other directors, he usually has an answer, just because of his involvement with us for so many decades. And the other directors look toward him for leadership as well.
In 2015, the Anderson County Farm Bureau boardroom was dedicated to Mr. Pinson to honor his years of service and impact on the Anderson County Farm Bureau.
Mr. Pinson, on behalf of Anderson County Farm Bureau, we congratulate you on this prestigious award. It could not go to anyone more deserving than you. Our board is eternally grateful for everything you've done for us, and we are very blessed to have you as a director for over 68 years.
I want to take this opportunity to congratulate Joe Pinson, this year's winner of the Distinguished Service Award. I don't know of anybody more deserving than Joe. Joe has been a Farm Bureau member for 72 years. During that time, he has demonstrated his leadership ability in local community affairs as well as state and national affairs when it comes to representing agriculture. Again, Joe, congratulations on being chosen this year's winner. It is well deserved, and your community is a better place because of your service.
It's safe to say that Joe Pinson has indeed made a difference in Farm Bureau.
Farm Bureau has impacted my life quite a bit through the years. It's a mighty good organization, and I have enjoyed being a member of it and tried to do everything I could to help it.
We asked him why Farm Bureau.
Well, why Farm Bureau? Because it's the best organization in America, I think.
We also asked him what's his secret to still being able to do all of this at his age.
Well, I've been doing it just about all of my life, so why stop now?
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2023 Distinguished Service Award winner, Joe Frank Pinson.